Hello and welcome to Banking Frontiers Live. We have some very interesting discussion happening in the area of agri-tech, and I am here with a noted luminary from the industry for almost 2 decades, and he's sharing some wonderful experience with us. Welcome, Mr. Shripad Jadhav, who is the head of agribusiness at Kotak Bank. Shripad, welcome to Banking Frontiers.
Thanks for giving me opportunity and in this tough time. I think nice to interact with us.
Communication is one important aspect of getting the farmers their respective yield. The second thing is the storage and transportation facilities. Any major initiatives you have taken in these areas?
Absolutely. See, look at whatever. I think you hit the nail. The biggest issue today why farmers' income is low is the gaps on communication between the end user and the producer. Okay, so there is he doesn't know what city wants. He doesn't know which fruit a city consumer wants and what quantity and what size. Okay, where he can sell his produce. These questions are where difficult to answer for a farmer. Hence, he was not able to sell at a right price, and people were taking advantage of this situation, and the middlemen were getting exorbitant profit. I am not saying that they should not make profit when they are doing a mediation job, but they should take a adequate profit, and adequate profit need to be passed on to the farmer also. So coming back on the communication, so what I feel is that is a very important thing which we need to work, and we need to educate farmer for various new things which are there in the market. Now we are taking an initiative because as I told you, we have existing customer, we are there in sector, and we wanted to use a you can say a chain reaction sort of a thing. I have currently 7 lakh plus existing customer who has worked with me. Plus, if I take a 4 or 5 good friends of my customers, this becomes more than 40 lakhs people in India, which is a farmer. So if you are able to collate with them, you can reach to a much more number of farmers. And we wanted to do that through our existing team, where they can do some initiatives on taking education. We can host the videos on our app, which will be relayed to all the things. We can have a lectures from an expert, which can be an interaction chats, which is there. Such initiatives which will help to make better farming. Again, coming back here, we will work in association with the seed, agri input, fertilizer companies, and specialized equipment companies in this side, so that they can pass on. Because what I have heard from these guys, there is a cost for them to reach out and give this information to the farmer. If they give it to us, it will be much economically cheaper for them to reach to the farmer. They can even I feel, why not a launch of a seed can happen on my app.
Absolutely. See, that is
Okay,
exactly
exactly.
the advantage. And then
Yeah.
with by doing an open API and
Yes.
connecting with the various ecosystem players,
Yeah.
automatically that education also happens.
Yeah.
Great. So you have spoken about technology. You have spoken about what can be done. What is your wish list today? What should happen in this sector?
Yeah, so I think what we should, as you said, Sahyadri's example which you give, okay, I think that's very apt example in this sector, okay. So if you travel to Nashik, suddenly you feel that you are in a different place altogether. If you really look at Nashik as a district, it is a normal district to the next district like Ahmednagar. Okay. Ahmednagar is known for a milk production. Ahmednagar is a district which is the highest sugarcane production district in Maharashtra. But Nasik is still known, and you will always see Nasik with the prosperity. Why? I think the answer is initiatives like Sahyadris. Okay. Many FPOs have got it, and they made grape, which is a good return or a cash crop, and they made infrastructure created by associated of the farmers or by cooperation of a village, and that will definitely stop the issues, social issues like suicides, social issues like infrastructure, social issues, because they will be ready to pay and they will be ready to export. I think two or three things which this will make it possible. Number one, the government should focus on creating the infrastructure and also taking the initiative on educating the farmers and giving the financial assistance which is embedded through the schemes like the export oriented, and they should involve more corporate investment in this space. Because today my experience in the farming with working with 16 years with this farming community is our farmers are much more innovative than what we think of. Their adoption on technology is much higher than the urbans. Look at the penetration and usage of whether it is a YouTube or a TikTok or whatever. The rural folk knows how to use his mobile phone. He may not be able to speak English, but he uses all the English alphabets and he searches that or he goes to that app. He knows this, so his adaptability is much higher. Today, you see a very little farmer which are illiterate because of the government education has reached to the rural area, and the farmers' kids wants to grow their business. They are not running away from a profession, and if they see money, I think the rural will participate in the making this country's economy much bigger than what it is.
Being a vast country, it is impossible for somebody to go and see every granular part of the farm, or he may take loan for producing a cash crop and try to grow something else or whatever it is. Correct. So, what are the best practices today adapted, or what is it required to reduce the amount of such kind of frauds?
Yeah, you are absolutely right on this part. I think what we are trying to do is, one is Aadhaar has made us identify a farmer. There is a unique number for every farmer today. So I was telling you, each and every account which I onboard on my bank, it is through a mobile app or a tablet. So we are using digital. So there is a picture, there is an online transaction that we are tracking. Aadhaar we are using for identifying a person. Third is, now the critical thing in the agriculture is to identify the land parcel. Okay, identify the ownership, identify. So few of the governments have started, like Maharashtra government, Gujarat government, few government have started giving access to the banks for their land records. I clearly request government of India, this access should be available to each and every financial institution who is there in the agriculture lending. Okay. And third initiative, what we are trying to do is, we today the because of the RBI initiative of reporting to bureaus, now the farmers are much concerned about their track record than in the past. So today every financial institution is giving data to every bureau. So there is no monopoly of any bureau. Every bureau has an information, and because of that, cost of bureau has also come down, and because of that, your underwriting has made it simple. The last but not the least initiative is there are a lot of startups which are a weather startup, or whether it is a startups who are working on the farm assessment and a crop assessment, a historic data, all these things which the lot of startups community is working on that. We are also working a couple of such people to identify what farmer is saying is true or false. Okay, I will not say it is 100%. Its technology is foolproof, but definitely there are steps which have been taken, and I am very hopeful in coming times, whether it is a weather data, whether it is a crop soil data, whether it is a crop history data, all this data will make the underwriting of agriculture as a science and not a proprietary skill. I think when that becomes, your credit flow in this space is goes, and ultimately the cost of credit for the farmer will come down.
That takes me to my last question. What would you advise the practitioners in the financial services sector? Okay, the people who are coming into this sector newly, or who what is the way forward to all of them? How they should look at this sector?
Yeah. See, the point is, I will look at this experience here. So, in the farming, when you go in a rural area, you should you should have a local people. You should understand the business of farming thoroughly. You should make a loan where the end use is clear, and you should make a repayment which is aligned with the his cash flows. So if this you do, then I think the probability of loss is much, much lower. Number two is, I need to look at it, people need to move more open. They should not go with the traditional funding methods like a crop loan for 6 months and quarterly repayment and a per acre funding and all these things. It should be more open, and it should be, the point is like products like a bill discounting, okay, which is there in the commercial markets. Okay, if you go to the anybody, I think bill discounting is a product which is available. Why not bill discounting happens in the agriculture space?
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I think we have had a very wonderful discussion and a conversation, very deep insight. And I hope that the viewers of this interview will definitely gain a lot of insights out of your experience. And we look forward to together build a stronger agri ecosystem for the country. Thank you very much, Mr. Sripad.
Thank you, Mr. Babu, and thanks for spending time with me on this. And I'm definitely hopeful with your involvement in this space, we will definitely help farmer to grow their income.